Is Botswana art bad quality?
To some extent.
I'd
To some
say
extent.
at the grassroots, from the government, from BTV. That shit is trash. You
Shout
feel
out
me?
BTV.
From the roots of it,
Yeah.
that shit trash.
I think also in comparison, man, and when I say in comparison, now I'm not even talking about talent and like creative flavor, just at the basic things like having the right equipment, shooting, or basically having the right equipment, but not just having it, using it the way it's supposed to be used to get the best result. You know what I'm saying? So also bad quality in what sense? Is it badly written? Is it badly
Yes.
recorded?
Yes. I'm saying he mentioned
Every metric.
Is the artist bad? is you know what I mean? Like what bad quality in terms of what? I think there's two things also, like the quality of the recording, whether it's a music recording, audio recording, or a video recording, anything that's captured, right? Like obviously there's the equipment and all that stuff that goes into it. There's that side of quality. But then there's also the quality of the thing that's being captured. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, bro, like we can argue that things like, for example, nature are just normal and like you wouldn't watch a video of a documentary about a random dog or some shit.
Yeah.
Maybe you wouldn't. But if that dog is a good quality dog, and when I say that, I mean maybe it's entertaining, maybe it's whatever. Never mind, even there's an entire channel dedicated to nature, right? Geographic, National Geographic, right? And there people are shooting like lions and stuff and like normal everyday shit. It's not even like creative shit, but people tune into that and watch it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's because of the value that, that it brings. You learn as you're watching and things like that. So there's quality in terms of information. But yeah, I feel like we need to establish first what is good quality, what is bad quality. You know
For
what I
sure.
mean?
Welcome to Energy, where we have creative discussions about creative topics with creative people for creative people. My name is Tabs. I'm here with Duke Dennis, also known as Balaclava. Should be Balaclava, known as Duke Dennis. But I'm just calling you Duke ever since the last episode with 50. I see why they call you Duke with C4. And so, today we're talking about quality, the importance of quality. Is there quality? We're about to define what quality is and the metrics as to how we can judge something is good or bad quality. So with that said, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like. Please also share it, especially if you find it valuable. Give that value to other people and make sure to leave a comment. We actually read your comments. Comment as if we are reading it because they are not in vain. We do read them and we do appreciate them. We will have revised episodes on these topics where we can go back to your comments and address them on this platform so that we can share your insights with more people and keep the system going. We're just trying to improve the creative space with whatever we can value. So with that said, like I said, we're talking about quality. I think it's cool to start off with like a definition, as Ski was about to get into it. So quality, just a Gemini definition, quality is the degree of which a product or service meets requirements and satisfies expectations.
Haha.
I feel like that's
Perfect.
a solid. I feel like that's such a solid.
Artist
Like
needs that.
I feel like that's such a solid definition.
It's so solid.
It's so solid.
Oh
like,
my God. Because when I bump your shit, my nigga, if it ain't hitting like Gunna, then what am I supposed to do? It's not good quality. It's not hitting the expectations.
Because even with me, when I said trash, it's because the first quality or the first creative, I'd say the first videos that I was introduced to as a kid was BTV, dog. Let's be honest. Our parents were watching that shit. We were watching the news. We were watching everything. You feel me? It's the first thing I was watching. And looking at it, bruh, that shit was bad. That shit is still bad. Shit ain't changed.
Shout out
terrible.
BTV.
You feel
Shout
me?
out BTV.
Yeah,
though.
but she needs to do better.
Yo, man, I remember when Marang was on that show, that little kids show.
Shout
You know
out
Marang
Marang.
Selolwana?
Yeah.
She used to be the host of that other little kids show.
I remember, what was it
What's
called?
that called?
Bruh? The one that used to
I
play
can search it up.
Mantra Neng.
Mantra
Okay,
Neng,
alright.
my boy.
Mantra Neng, my nigga. I feel like Mantra Neng was kind of like our little like ish, bro. If you watched SABC 2 at the time, there were so many of those little kids shows where it's either like you're cooking or you're learning some, you know what I mean?
Marang Silolwane.
Yeah, that was her.
Nah, she's
Way
grown
back.
now.
She grown now.
Yeah.
Way back.
Way back.
back.
I don't know where them other niggas are though.
Hey, dog.
Yeah.
It's not looking good. Shout out to them, though.
Shout out my dogs.
Yeah.
Hey man, it's crazy because she's the only one I really remember.
Yeah.
That's insane. But yeah, like I feel like ish, bruh. Also in Bots, I think a lot of us did have access to a lot of South African content, right?
Yeah.
Like mostly, and it makes sense that we in this country are always talking about South Africa and things like that, is because, for example, my nigga, no one in Botswana speaks Chichewa. You know what's Chichewa?
No.
Exactly.
No.
It's a language that's spoken in
Exactly.
Zambia and I think in Malawi.
Yeah.
Why would a Chichewa thing play in Bots when we don't understand it?
Yeah.
But in comparison, SA, Setswana is one of the official languages, and the subtitles and the way it's professional. Even if you don't understand Zulu, you can get it. And eventually somebody is going to speak Setswana or English. What I'm saying is that we were exposed to SA content from when we were kids. And it makes sense because like Zambian, Zim, Malawian content wouldn't hit, we wouldn't understand what's being said. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's that. What I feel like the reason I bring that up is because like in comparison, right? Imagine you're a kid, you're watching SABC2 and there's Dub, that alien. You remember Dub? You know Dub? He was a green little alien, bro.
I remember Dub.
Dub. He was on SABC2. Damn. Hey, nigga, I'm old. He was in the... I don't even remember. But Dub was that little green alien on SABC2. He used to come on like after school at like 2. And like there were different shows, but Dub was like the character that's kind of like the MC or the host. But not in every single show type thing. So he'd take you in between shows and whatever. So yeah.
Wait, the one with the little...
That guy, bro. Yeah, that guy. That's Dub.
Yeah. Oh, that's Dub.
Yeah,
Shout
Dub.
out to Dub.
Shout out Dub.
So imagine you watching that, you know, and there's all these nice graphics or whatever on SABC2 or 1 or whatever, and then you flip to BTV and it's Mantrane.
Yeah.
And maybe chopping a banana, trying to make some. It's just like...
It's
I feel
so...
that.
Even when... Quality-wise, even just the way, bro, I want to start there. I honestly want to start at government level because BTV is government, right? And then we take it to where we are now, podcasting level.
Okay.
You feel me?
Just general creatives.
Just like general creatives. Look at what we did. Us, people outside government funding and everything in terms of quality. You feel me? But they can't.
Whoa, how are we outdoing the government? With less money, less resources, less network. Exactly. These people could have done everything.
Nigga, this shit looks better than BTV News, nigga.
Shout out Good Vision.
Shout out Good Vision. You feel me?
Come on, man. But that is actually insane. The fact that we can put up on YouTube something that's better quality than our government can put on all our screens.
It's quite crazy.
Yeah, I mean, but I think I do get it though. Like, I understand why it happens. It's just because it's the government, you know. I forget who it is. I'll probably just search it up. But like, there's this theory that if you have money that's not yours for other people, it's going to be spent inefficiently. I mean, we were at the facilities. I forget what the whole place is called. But I remember you were talking about how they're using like an expensive speaker to open the door.
To keep the door open, yeah. Right now, there's a monitor. I think it's a Genelec monitor.
Right.
It's being used to keep the studio dope. Mind you, that studio is sick. When you walk inside, there's a piano, but that's all that's in that studio, mind you.
Yeah.
Right? You can record sick albums. You can record a band in that studio. Then it even has booths that are soundproof. If you lock yourself, you can like literally, if you had your 2 monitors and your laptop and your mic, it's a studio full on soundproof and everything. But to get to that studio, you have to walk through another studio that the door is being held open by a Genelec monitor that is expensive.
Yeah.
That monitor is being used to hold the door open.
And that's the thing I've heard too, that the quality, the equipment we have is quite sick.
I want to, you know what? I want to question the sickness of the equipment that's shooting Bo Flavor Dome and Bo Mokarakan and stuff. Like when I looked at that on my TV, bro.
Yeah. It does. Yeah.
It doesn't look like, bro, you switch the channel from whatever you're watching, my nigga. Literally.
Yeah.
And then you switch to BTV. And if it's the news, if it's Bo Mokarakan or Flavor Dome, the quality goes down. Yo, bro, on Flavor Dome, it's ass, and then they play a music video, and then it's sick.
Yeah,
bruh.
It's ridiculous. But it's just insane. But it's just the inefficiency of government, and they have no incentive to value sort of things. Like, because I mean, remember it's a parastatal, I think.
Yeah.
So it's like the points is just to facilitate whatever they're facilitating. So for them, it's like they can see us. You know, they can hear us.
As long as they can hear us.
Yeah, as long as we have like a national TV
exactly. Like
station.
we want to give out the news that like, does it have to be fire?
That's
what that thing is. Does it have to be clean?
But okay, fine.
You know, that's what they be
What
saying.
about not Mokaragan? Is that thing still on, Mokaragan? I don't know, bro. But I know Flavor Dome is still on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no hate to like side you or anything, but it's been side you on Flavor Dome for what? How many years?
Yeah.
A decade.
I remember I was a kid. Yeah.
Yo, bro, when did they last change the background?
Bruh.
Yo, bro, when I was a kid, it was her. How? She's a fucking vampire.
She's a fucking vampire. It's been her, dog.
Yeah. But it's
a
just,
long time.
Shout out, man.
yeah. But there's just no incentive.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they
bro,
have
everything
the
is still the same, like the background. Now, instead of putting nice LCDs or whatever, you just put a flat screen TV this side. Like, bro, it's the cheapest. The stage has been that way. My nigga, in 2016, it's about to be 2026. That Flavor Dome stage, it was like that.
That's facts, bro.
It was like that, bro.
I think that's, I will get into quality with creatives, like music videos and like things, but like, bro, that's where it starts, bruh.
Yeah.
That's where you learn. That's what you see at first.
And this is more, I'm not gonna, don't hold me to this.
Yeah.
But I remember talking to some guy who was in the creative space, like videos and stuff. And he was telling me the numbers that they were tendering for from BTV. Like they were getting millions, you know, from BTV for BTV. The like, they would pitch, okay, we have this show idea, and then they would fund them. But do you ever see some fire shit out of that funding? And this is a regular thing.
One show that was funded and it was millions. And the guy, like, I know him personally. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to say what he was doing was bad quality. But in terms of, hey, man, it wasn't that great quality. Yeah. But he the government cut him that check M's.
Yeah.
Like, that nigga even bought all his shorties iPhones. He flew to China and bought all his shorties iPhones.
Yeah. And it's like, it's just inefficiency of money, you know? I'll even say, this is a hard take, but like, even with the people who I've seen win funding, like from not even the government, but just funding, whether it's a big company like FNB or whatever, like these niggas get funded all the time with creative stuff, hundreds of thousands, if not millions. And you never see anything come up. Like, the people who are the most popping were not funded, at least to my knowledge.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, like it was the biggest, like we talk about Hansi a lot. Probably we have the most respect for him in terms of success, maybe, or William or something. Like, was William funded millions?
No.
You know, was Hansi funded millions? Of course, we don't know their pockets. Maybe you never know, right?
Yeah.
But like, I don't think that's the case. You know, at least I can say TK, right?
Yeah.
TK for the Juice 2.0. I feel like, in my opinion, wasn't getting any support from the government or anything, not even like corporate people, in my opinion. Of course, there are people who helped, but like, was he funded at least 10K? You know,
to
like,
push something so big, something that was being so good,
so well, and it was proven. I don't even know if both podcasts get any funding or anything
from the government,
from the government or whatever, you know.
And bro, I like that you mentioned that. You look at SA now, the El Tito podcast, the open thing, they were on DSTV, bro. Yeah, these are new things that are coming up, and they're like, you know what? I bet let's put you on the biggest,
bigger platform.
For sure. Me?
Yeah.
You know what? I think also for the longest time, bro, like people take it so lightly, but also the money that's coming out for endeavors like creative endeavors, if you want to shoot a documentary or whatever, they'll fund people millions, bro.
But they're funding the wrong niggas.
You know what I mean?
And I think it's just the whole system in general in bots, because it's like a lot of tenderpreneurship, and that tenderpreneurship happens before they actually do the thing. So it's like with the juice, like you're saying, or podcast or whatever. At least if you see, oh, this is getting 10K subscribers in like a short period of time, it's moving. You know, it's like people like didn't learn the track, ignored. They were hot, like really hot and talented. But then it's like, why can't people just see, oh, this guy has motion? Now the funding should be to those people who have the motion already.
Because having motion already shows like people are into it. You're not taking someone from scratch. And I think you're right. It seems as if the people who win these things are people who don't even have merit to prove that anyone even vibes with this.
It's the best business plan.
You know what I mean?
They make sure you have like an accountant and all these things, but
everything is great. Lack of talent.
Exactly. I mean, even you guys, we ever funded? You can tell us, bro.
Hell nah. Funded by who? Hell nah. Hell nah. In fact, at that time, it was even harder to get sponsorships for like shows and stuff. Yeah. You really had to. Shit. It was tough to get even Orange to sponsor your show.
Yeah.
You know
Shout
what
out
I mean?
Orange.
Shout out Orange.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But now I feel like people are more into it or more open to it, because I think initially there was a fear of people like artists being brand ambassadors for something like Orange, because Orange feels connected to, like, now we've connected our brand to this artist. What if he's drunk or something somewhere and does something, you know what I mean? But I think, I don't know, like if you ask me, if you take an example from the rest of the world, you know what I mean? Everything sort of has its thing and has its following. So while an artist might be, let's say, a risk in the sense that he's not in line with your perfect image, he may well have a following that will do anything that he does and that he says. You know what I'm saying? And he might actually actively use your product, something like the internet, for example. You'll find that, okay, this artist is using the internet to upload his songs to whatever. And say now you're an internet provider, you can say, we provide this guy internet for him to be able to put out music. And that guy can also in turn say, these people provide me with internet. Whatever. That's basically brand ambassadorship, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a disconnect. You know what I'm saying? There's a disconnect also in terms of like the quality or the talent that's being funded. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the mentality isn't quite right. But nowadays, like, brands are more open because of the whole influencer market boom. I think, you know, influencers kind of let people or brands know that, hey, maybe this is a valid way of marketing and branding and positioning ourselves in.
Especially since like traditional media has slowed down, like television and radio, newspapers. So now it makes sense for them.
Facts.
If bringing it back to quality, I want to talk about us now. Like quality in terms of a new creative coming up.
But I will say it's like getting the story forward. What we, of course, we're not bashing BTV or any of these places, but it's like we can already identify certain reasons why certain stuff in Botswana is
It's
poor
not-
quality.
Yeah,
You know,
that's what, yeah.
funding, mindset, all
Yeah.
those things. Just to establish that point, but you can go for it.
Yeah. And then I wanted to get into quality as a creative, as an individual. One thing I used to tell people when they wanted to start that channel is fuck the quality at first. You feel me? Because you just need to start.
Yeah, you need to start.
Absolutely.
You feel me? You just need to start. And I'm a perfect example of that. First video I ever put up, that shit was ass. Even at the 8 years ago, it's a long time now. So it's 8 years is crazy. But even just at the time, it was below par. I was shooting on an iPhone 5, 6. I was shooting on an iPhone 6, and that shit was bad. Recording. Bankroll was a big song, but that song, listen to that shit clearly, that shit sounds bad.
Yeah.
Completely bad. But it did what it did. And eventually I put out the quality, good quality, and I kept, you keep growing. So us speaking about quality, we're not necessarily saying put out your first video and it should look like NRG. You feel me? It should look
But put out your first video.
Yeah. So just
make sure it's out there.
Yeah. Put out the video and make sure, if you're gonna shoot, bruh, fuck it. Get on a podcast and shoot with your phone, nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel me?
For sure.
Yeah.
And continue to improve it.
And
you know, it's like it's more important to start than to worry about the quality of the thing before starting and stopping yourself because you don't have the best quality.
And I think that's the thing that stops a lot of people.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And also, I don't think people know what, like, bruh, right now, people are finding out that bankroll isn't mixed well or whatever because you are telling them.
Yeah.
They don't know that.
They don't.
And that's another thing that coming back to like the whole thing of talent and putting in work before the time is that like talent can shine through a shitty mix or whatever it is. You can, bro, it can be a shitty ass video of you singing, but we can hear that you are sick and we'll listen to it because of that. You know what I'm saying? Even though the quality might not sound like you recorded it in whatever studio in LA or whatever, we can hear the talent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we're thinking, this guy's sick. Bro, I think even like, for example, look at me. I think we spoke about this one. XXX Tentacion, look at me. Shitty mix. Yeah. It's barely mixed. I don't know. It even sounded like they might have, like, I know there wasn't band lab, but it was bad, bro.
But also,
it somehow,
I think with that song, it's a little different.
It slaps more.
Because the fact that I think it blew because it wasn't mixed well. I don't know.
Yeah. And also, I think it had the rawness, like, it didn't sound treated and beautiful, like all that. And like, I think there's a thing about us as humans, that thing resonates with us where it's like, this thing isn't perfect. It's not polished and pretty and everything.
Yeah.
It's got issues. But that, like we're saying, that talent is shining through.
For sure.
Over the bad mix and over that you can hear. Which is maybe like, okay, I know it's a whole new episode, but like with the alchemy thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about the fact that, shout out alchemy. Think about the fact that maybe, okay, she's got, I don't want to make it about her, bro. But you can have really good studio equipment and all this stuff, right? And you're recording on good equipment and no one is listening.
Yeah.
You know? And then on the flip side, niggas are recording on shitty mics and whatever.
And that shit is moving.
And then it's doing numbers. You know, like, what's the difference?
So does quality really matter?
Does quality really matter?
Yeah, I feel.
You know what I mean?
Huh?
Yeah, I think it's ish. You know, of course, like what you're saying with XXX, I think like quality might not be the biggest thing. I think it's like in the previous episode we talked about the factors. I think it's one of those micro factors.
Yeah.
Like it has an impact, but it's not the biggest thing. It's not more important than maybe it might not even be top 10. You know, it's not more important than starting. It's not more important than being good. It's not more important than people liking you.
Yes.
It's not more important than you having money or I don't know, whatever list we can come up with. But it's like
it's one of those small things.
It's one of those small things that, of course, if you have it, it's great.
It's great.
But I don't think it's the end all be all. I think it's like a diminishing returns curve where at first, like you just need enough, like, can we see you? And it's not cringe. Like BTV, shout out BTV. It's
Can
not
we see
cringe.
you? Can we hear you?
Like, because the thing is, I argue with quality, it's more about like the impression you're making and how that communicates to someone. Like if, I don't know, you're a billionaire, right? And then you start a podcast and we tap in and it's poor quality. Like we look at it, we can see you, but it's cringe. We hear you, but there's noise, it's echoey. That would give us like a red flag inherently about you. You know?
Like you could have made this really good quality.
Exactly.
Because you're a billionaire.
I'd say it's more about like it being a competitive advantage, you know, because if you want to compete against others, quality is a standpoint. So for example, if you're a whack artist, but you have an amazing microphone, some people will be like, wow, this guy's so clear.
He's so clear.
The quality is so good. And
I can hear how whack this nigga is because of our
Or like a music video, like if you're a whack artist, you have a fire music video, like that can create an impression. You know, like you have girls, there's a budget and stuff like that. I think that's where quality really has that impact to be like, oh, I can rock with this guy. So, I mean, similar to with mostly everything. It's like you buy a pair of shoes. You go to a clinic, you see that, you know,
poor service or
like
poor
service
whatever it is. Yeah.
You're gonna be like, I don't trust these people in my life. You know, but it doesn't mean that actually whack best doctors could be at the worst clinics. Right? It's just that I think that's where the impact of quality comes in, like where it really, really matters.
When it matters the most. Also, like with certain things, like for example, this podcast, the point is, I feel like, you can see us, but also to hear us clearly. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And if we are not achieving that, even if the quality of the information is great, the quality of delivery is whack. You know what I mean? So then the message becomes blurred or diluted. We can't actually hear what the point is because I can't hear you through the shitty mic.
For sure.
Like I can't hear what you're saying through the distortion on your mic or whatever it might be. You know what I'm saying?
And it needs to get to that level where, let me say, nothing is distracting. You know? What we can see the point. I see you, I'm not thinking about, hey, there's noise. Like, why is he dark? I think that's where quality has to get to, which I feel like generally in bots it hasn't gotten to that point. But then I think where people overrate it is where they take it too far. You know, these are not what's it called? Neumann Neumann mics, which cost like 10K or something. But like for example,
some are even like 60K.
But for example, since I do podcasts, someone will ask me for like advice on a quotation for their equipment. They have like an FX3, you know, and they have like all these crazy equipment things because in their head they're thinking, oh, we can spend like an M, like literally an M on equipment for a podcast, right? But I'm over here and my equipment is not, it's probably close to 100K, but it's nowhere near an M. You know, like an FX3 alone is probably like 60,000 pula or something alone. So I think that's where people get it twisted.
You know, you said when you said it has to be good enough where it's not distracting. I thought of BTV. Have you all ever watched BTV? And let's say that the guy is speaking and the camera just
bruh.
And the camera just turns and it's there, and there's nothing.
This is why also niggas say, like, I think people use quality in the wrong context. Because also it's hard to judge the quality of talent, right? Like I expect that if you're a cameraman and I put you behind the camera and I'm talking, that you'll be able to capture this with no problem. You know what I mean? No, where the camera's swinging that way, and then
even when I'm done,
shaky
at least make it cinematic, you know, something. But it is just and then
I think
so to be clear, I think what we're saying is that for at least BTV level, government level, you know, like there's also what Now TV, there's also YTV. I don't know if that's a per state or it's private or whatever. Shout out to all of them. but they haven't reached this level where it's just not distracting.
Yeah.
Like what watching
It's
it, thinking about how bad quality this is.
Yes. Like
you
the
know?
quality is so bad that it's taking away from the experience.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, definitely. And I think also now, let's see, okay, quality of talent as well. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, when it comes to creative stuff, we want to listen to different people's takes and opinions and whatever. But, my nigga, if you are a bad rapper, you're a bad rapper.
For sure.
So, in my books, if you don't have flow, regardless of what else you have, you're a bad rapper.
Yeah.
You suck.
Yeah.
If you do not rhyme, I know niggas are watching this that make rap music and they don't rhyme.
For sure.
Yeah.
If you do not rhyme, you
Yo,
are a whack rapper.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
This man
I
is
don't
describing
care.
Blueface.
Blueface
out
is even
Blueface.
harder than all the whack rappers that I'm actually describing.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Shout out Blue.
Blueface is actually hard.
Yeah. Nah, he
Compared
is.
to
Compared to who you're thinking
Yeah.
of. Hey.
my nigga. So, hey, flow, right? And like, I respect an unorthodox flow.
Yeah.
But it still has to be flowing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You can be in a different pocket or riding the beat a bit differently. I can respect that. But if I can't do this, let's take the beat away. Can I do this?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then you're not flowing.
At the end of the day, bro, most of these guys can't flow, bro. It's like the main thing.
You don't have temps. It's serious. Because I'm
No,
also
'cause the
tired
thing
of
is,
niggas.
you're making it's so simple, high key,
Yeah.
right? But it's like for some reason, like the artists who just don't
They don't
understand,
get it.
you know,
Bro, that beat
and it's like back to the initial definition. There's a requirement. I think also, even in my notes, there is this subject we need to tackle that I'm sure people are thinking of, which is like subjective and objective quality.
objective
Like you're
quality,
saying, it could be obscure, but then it has a style.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
a
when
style,
Kendrick is
yes.
doing his weird things,
But-
it doesn't mean you can do those weird
Yes.
things.
Yeah.
You know?
And also, Kendrick has mastered the basics.
Exactly.
What it is to rap. He
Yeah.
figured out what flow is. He got it. He figured out how to rhyme his words. After that, you can tell a story that rhymes, that has a flow. You know what I'm saying? And all that comes together, right? So you can't start at trying to do the crazy shit that Kendrick does
Yeah.
without getting the basics
Right.
correct. And I think that's what misleads a lot of new artists. It's
Exactly.
because Kendrick jumps on and says, Master!
And you wanna, right? And you wanna,
And you want to do
nigga, try
it.
to do that.
Mm.
And you're thinking, I can do that.
And that's the thing too.
You know the example was Playboy Cardi, bro.
Exactly.
Niggas can't do Cardi.
Niggas can't.
Yeah.
Niggas think
That they're doing Cardi. I've seen it
but
a lot.
it's not it.
It's
bro.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
Bro,
you know?
ish. Now, ish. I don't want to talk about Cardi because we'll go on a tangent, but nigga, until I see you recording the ad libs like this, where the mic ain't even in front of you. You're not doing Cardi, bro. Chill. Also, like, I feel like.
And also you're not Cardi. That's also
Yes,
the thing.
Yeah.
and you know why Cardi can do that, bro? He's recorded. Niggas forget about Cash Cardi,
Yeah.
who was actually like rapping. You know, just I feel like Cardi's shit is like more like a chant that rhymes. Like it's not always about the bars,
Yeah.
but it's like what he's saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and also, Cardi's flow is crazy.
Mm.
His flow is hard, man.
Yeah.
You know what I
There
mean?
are things that he's managed to reach.
Reach.
The basic requirements.
He rhymes.
Yeah. And you can, and sometimes if you have one requirement, you can, that requirement could be so, or you maybe you excel at that thing so well, it compensates for the lack of the other requirements. Like
Yeah.
Cardi is not the best lyricist, but the flow, the
Yes,
vibe,
the
and all those
vibe.
other things.
Yes, and also the live experience when you watch him now live on stage. Like
Exactly.
that plays a part in how entertaining he is. You know, funny enough, it's actually a poem by Do Me From The Volume. What is his new name? Stogie T.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use that as the basis for what good lyricism is, right? And also I feel like you'll be able to hear it. This nigga said, they say a thin-skinned drum makes the loudest beat. I'm fairly grounded amidst the bullshit. My horror is sweet. I walk past the squatter creeps, the type who rob and speak like their resume requested what they do up on the street. But I was adamant I wouldn't get involved with these. Ignore the peeps. I just kept my walk discreet. Boom. 3 blocks later, sister's aura sweet. She downplays my heart with a sunken beat. May I walk with me? I mean you, sorry. My name is Thumi. On my Sunday when I'm praying to the maker of your beauty. Couldn't help but admire. What's your name, little cutie? She said, I'm in a rush. That's going to be a fuss. I mean, for fuck's sakes, I got to catch the bus. Wait. Your body. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
It's... Bro. When we talk about like lyrics, and that's a poem. It's not even a rap song, right? But rap is rhythm and poetry. Like making that poetry flow on a beat. And you could take that poem and put it on a beat. If I was spitting you can hear the rhythm.
The same thing. You could write a song without a beat and fit it onto almost any beat.
Yes.
That's how you know you could flow.
You can flow. Yeah, exactly. You know? Yeah. So, all right. And now, so basically this nigga was talking about walking in the streets of Joburg, walking past niggas who are doing whatever, like some niggas are blaze, whatever. And he's telling this story, it rhymes, there's a certain flow to it, like a certain cadence to it.
Sick.
And the quality of the lyricism for me, I feel like in that situation was good because he's not just saying, I walked through Joburg, I bumped into a girl, I asked her if I can walk with her, she said, nah. Yeah. And then I macked on her and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? The lyricism is what adds, it's like a sweetener.
Yeah.
You know, it adds that little thing to what it is. So like in comparison, a nigga will come on now. Let's take Cardi, right? In contrast to that, Cardi isn't gonna say what thin-skinned drum makes a loudest beat. Nah. He's gonna be like, I wanna know who I fucked in this room. At the end. Who did I fuck? You know what I'm saying? But first of all, the point is different. The context is different.
Yeah.
Nobody who's at a Cardi show wants to hear me saying the thin-skinned drum makes the loudest beat.
Yeah, nigga, get off the stage.
Chill. Like, bro, we don't care how good that shit is. Yeah. Like, in terms of context, it's the wrong place. You know what I'm saying? I think people get confused with that sort of situation and think because Cardi isn't super lyrical or isn't doing super lyrical stuff that I can just jump on and say.
And because it seems easy.
It seems easy because what is he really saying?
Yeah. And even in your experience, you were like, you said you were a lyrical rapper, you know, when you started. I mean, even before we started recording this, you're talking about how you're listening to Nas. Like, you know his discography, essentially.
Yeah.
But if you heard Ski's music because of like the trap era and whatever, you'd be like, bruh, like, nah, he probably started like that. But Ski already had the fundamentals of like knowing how to rhyme and being sick. I'm pretty sure it's probably even easier for you to transition because now it's like, you don't have to be so specific with certain things, but now you at least know what hits. Yeah. And you're essentially being more efficient in that way.
Yeah, I think also initially it was more like when you're a lyrical guy or whatever, it's about the lyrics, you know, mostly. Yeah. The emphasis is on what you're saying, your message and how you're saying it. Yeah. You know? And I think when I kind of switched to like making, I don't want to say trap music, but let's say more commercially viable music is that
do you intentionally switch or was it like a thing where it just happened?
I intentionally switched.
Okay.
And the crazy thing is I switched, I think, way before we started blowing up. So me and Obaro had been making music together for the longest time. So we were both lyrical,
Miracles,
my nigga. My verse, the element of temperament makes keeping calm irrelevant, make cash off of embezzlement and unpermitted residence. My music is my evidence that whack MCs is hesitant. I'm born to be a winner. You can see it in my heritage. Master of philosophy, I'm showing off philanthropy. Killing weak MCs because all they do is bother me. Even something, you know what I mean? But like it was about bars and whatever. That verse didn't even really have a message or where it was going. It was just about spitting or whatever.
Spit, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, okay, like there's all these things had to, before I even made the switch, right? I had to learn how to rap also in different ways.
Yeah.
Then when I made the switch, funny enough, we were with Obato and one of the nigga High Beats, the guy who produced Skewed.
Yeah.
Bro, all three of us were producers and we were all sampling, making boom bap beats. High Beats made the hottest boom bap beats, my nigga.
Yeah.
Hard. We were about that. We didn't even listen to like super commercial music. Like, nah, we were just about straight up underground. And then one day, and it's crazy because I went to high school, right? And I came back and like, I used to secretly admire Bow Wow, dog. I was like, man, this guy's that nigga, dog. Because my niggas are listening to Immortal Technique, deep shit, Strange Fruit Projects and whatever, you know what I mean? I'm there, like, I listened to that shit, and then, on the flip, nigga, when I switch on the TV, we playing basketball. Yeah, all around the world. Sure. I'm like, we play basketball. Yeah. But so we got to what I remember we went to Onyx's house and like niggas were starting to play that boom bap beats or whatever. And like me and Beezy, when Beezy said it, I felt like, because at that time I wasn't really too open with my opinions. I'd just keep it to myself. Beezy was like, man, I'm tired of this fucking rap boom bap shit. These guys, none of these guys get bitches. None of them have chains, nothing. We don't know. Yeah. My nigga, like these niggas are not the ones, dog. That same day, he tried to make like a trap beat, you know. It wasn't exactly like proper because obviously it's the first time. Yeah. My nigga, I just flipped 2 pages. I had already had the verses. When we recorded that, we call all commercial music jiggy music. Yeah. Call it jiggy. If it's jiggy, like Nas isn't jiggy, Jigga isn't jiggy. Funny enough. And he's Jigga. But like jiggy music was like Soulja Boy, like basically sauce. Trap shit, like, you know, stuff that wasn't about like conscious stuff, like, you know, real topics or whatever. It was just like not about hard lyricism. So we ended up making the jiggiest song, my nigga, and then we never looked back after that. We were like, oh my God, it's so nice not rapping about like bars, serious shit, how good you rap, because that's another trap that I feel artists fall into, is thinking that everyone cares how good you rap in terms of your lyrical ability. Nah, nigga.
Yeah.
Nah, nigga. Some people just want to be entertained, bro. And maybe you rap too good for those people. Like, they don't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I get what you mean.
Yeah, and I don't, what you were trying to say something? No, it's like, just thinking about it, like you're saying, you had to meet the requirement, right? And if we're thinking about arts, and we can say arts is what's beauty, because now we need to probably get into what's objective and what's subjective quality. So it's like, the objective would probably be meeting the requirements. I hate to use women, but like with a Hun, right? Sometimes there's a girl who you can see she's beautiful, right?
Yeah.
And she is, right? Maybe, I don't know, the stereotypical ideas of beauty. It's clear skin, not too tall, not too short, long hair, all these things, bunda, fine whatever body, you can throw in, right? But you might not like that Hun. Right?
Yeah.
As much as she's beautiful. I think now, like what we were saying about reaching the requirements is how you get objective quality, where you can see, and many people, because also when we talk about subjective and objective, I think also people fall into a trap of like, oh no, but art is subjective, so it doesn't really matter if I'm going on a beat and Cardi can do that. It's hard because I feel like it's hard, but no, I think we can say objective just means like, at least on average, everyone can see that and agree that this thing is beautiful, even if they don't like it.
Yeah.
So with that said, it's like the subjective nature would be that element of do we actually like it? You know, and that definitely varies from person to person. There are bad hands out there who people will be like,
I'm not
she's whack,
interested in at all.
but they can't deny. So I was gonna say with the stogie thing, like the way you spit that, whoever's watching, you can't. There's no one who can tell me that that's a bad verse. Can't tell me that. And I'd ask you why. The reason why they would say this is probably because they don't like it. And I think that's a key distinction. Like, can you see that this thing is good, even if
you don't like it?
Even if it conflicts that feeling that you have of not liking it. You know, I can't like we were saying, like sometimes I'll hate on Michael Jordan. I'm a LeBron fan. I'll hate on Michael Jordan. There was a time I was hating on Steph, and I'd be like, "Oh, this guy's whack." You know what I'm saying? He's like, he's small or what. But the reality is, I didn't like him. It's not necessarily that he's whack, because obviously he's not whack. He has stats. You know what I'm saying?
Stats to prove. He's
making
it's like
buckets.
me with Drake. I'll be saying, Drake is weak, or whatever. But he's got stats to prove that he's hard.
It makes a lot of sense.
I should just say I don't like Drake.
If you're going that definition, bruh, read that shit again.
Okay, I got you, Doug. Quality is the degree to which a product or service or process meets a requirement and satisfies the expectations of its users.
So what I'm getting is the requirement is important. What was this made for? And then the expectation
for its users.
For its users. Does it reach that? And this is why people will say music is bad quality and they're not sure what they're describing as bad quality.
1,000%.
You know what I'm saying? So now when I think about it, okay, let's say the basic requirement for music. Hey, it's tough for music. What's the basic requirement?
For rap, you just said it.
I think
rhyme.
Okay, let's say the basic requirements that we take our personal feelings out of it, right?
Now, what I was gonna say, I think the first requirement, or maybe even the only requirement, is being able to impress yourself with your work.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's the first one. And I mean genuinely impressing
tough.
yourself.
That's tough because, bruh, I don't know if y'all have watched Mokarahana, dog.
I've watched Mokarahana.
No one who does Mokarahana is impressed.
But you said I should impress myself.
But that's what I'm saying, like genuinely.
The way you perform, bruh, you could tell, hey, bruh, this hand likes her song.
She thinks it's hard.
She got dancers, bruh.
But there's also a key thing, like Ski was mentioning some traps. Kind of the thing is, it's a process even mentally. Like I'll say, like I used to think I was hot, but now, or even at that time, I could consider whether I'm whack. I don't think a lot of artists have that consideration. Like, am I just whack?
I am whack.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
I'm sure even if you go to...
No one can. Hey, some guy just popped, but
because like there's a bit of delusion with your own stuff. I mean, no one wants to feel like that whack, number one. Yeah. So already there's huge incentive to feel like I need to at least tell myself or have some other way of thinking to not face that reality that my shit is whack, number one. So I would say, like, if they can genuinely say to themselves, like, it doesn't matter whether Drake comes and says it's whack or whatever, I know for a fact this is hard and I can justify it. I think that's where everything has to stand. And I think a lot of artists have never gotten to that point.
Yes.
I don't know why I kind of disagree, but
it's cool.
Like, like I think in that sense, it's hard for people to know when their stuff is dope or whack, right?
Yeah.
Like in comparison to Drake, for example. So you're hearing yourself rap, right? Okay, there's this nigga. I love him, dog. He's whack. Pause. He's whack. Dog.
Yeah.
But I love his beat up.
Yeah.
His name is Cartoon Slime on TikTok. The nigga who's always dissing his boss.
Oh, that guy!
That nigga,
for sure. Shout out Cartoon.
I feel like he's got flow. He doesn't rhyme.
Yeah, he doesn't rhyme.
He doesn't rhyme. He's got flow.
He'd probably be really good if he rhymed.
If he rhymed, he would be really
He'd probably
good.
be really good.
Also, I think he freestyles.
So hard.
Yeah, he freestyles.
Oh, my boss, yeah.
He's like, my boss gay, man. Yeah. I just came and fucked up 2 gangs.
Like it's wild.
I hate my fucking boss, and his boss will be there.
And then it'll move like, bruh, like what you doing?
That nigga should fuck the podcast.
Like it's wild.
You know what? Like, if we were talking, okay, here's a good question. If we were talking quality in terms of, let's say, rappers, right? Do you niggas know Jesonyan?
I know Justin. Shout out Justin.
For the longest, I've thought, I still do think that guy's trash.
See now.
I've said it, yeah.
Okay, I know Jesonyan personally, right?
Yeah.
So, and I've never spoken to him about his music. You know what I mean? But I've mixed some songs for him.
I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah.
I wanna be genuine and say that when I heard Jesonyana's music, the music that I didn't even mix,
Yeah.
right, like the shit that I found online, I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah.
That's what I thought,
Yeah.
right? And then as it's going, I could also hear like pockets, yeah.
That's
So
what
I'm
I wanted
like-
to talk about.
It's like this guy can rap, but then I'm like, maybe he's doing this on purpose. Like maybe he can actually rap, and he's got the
Yeah.
basics down, and he's choosing
Because
because
it's a style.
he be out of time on time.
Yeah.
When you think he's gonna not hit the,
That's some crazy shit.
Ashukunyetsa that thing, and all the words like, and then he lands on time. You know what I mean?
I said Jesonyana was trash. I genuinely fuck with Jesonyana. I
Yeah.
think he's trash.
Yeah, but I
fuck with him. You know why? Because of the shit he says,
Yes,
honestly.
the shit on the songs, I'm like, bruh, this guy talking real trap shit.
Yeah.
It's just
And
the approach.
and the work, the on time, off time thing hits with what he's saying.
Yes.
Kitseni ka dipunduletswe.
Yes. Raka weleka.
And the beat is going there. And that shit sounds trash, but
It's
dope.
trash, but it's
Yeah.
hard. But I think it's also because now with art, there's nice whiteness. I don't know how to say it, but
Yeah.
like there's nice bad quality stuff.
But I'll say more that people like it. Like
Yeah,
the thing is,
yeah.
you're literally saying like,
Sister Bettina.
yeah, you know, like you're literally saying he's not flowing or whatever. Like, so the requirements aren't there, but you still like it.
Yeah.
But I also think maybe there's a bit of bias in a way because we might like him.
Him.
You know
I
what
was
I'm
about to
saying?
say his
Like,
character.
His
Exactly.
character,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
he's
'cause
entertaining.
if Nas did that same thing, it
No.
might be like super disappointing.
I'd
And then
be
now,
mad.
yeah, exactly, you'd be upset.
Yo.
But it,
Not even you, if you did,
Yeah.
if you
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I wouldn't
you wouldn't expect him to like, you know,
Yeah.
and it's
Yo.
the way he looks, the way he delivers it,
Exactly.
and everything. Yeah.
yeah,
Have
so
you
I think
niggas
there's also
heard-
that thing. You know?
Have you niggas heard V-Son?
What's
No,
this
I
one?
don't know.
Like
He's like Jesonyana on steroid.
his name's
Just on
Visan.
steroids.
V-S-O-N.
Yeah.
Okay.
My nigga.
That's a dope name. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Jesonyana
Shout out V.
on roids.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
V-Son, he's an essay guy. He sounds like Cardi, like was possessed by Jesonyana. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm trying to imagine it.
Bro,
Yeah.
it's terrible. And then I listened again and I'm like, oh, I know what type of terrible this is.
Yeah.
It's like it's ass on.
Yeah.
It's like Jesonyana in a way. Like it's terrible. Like in terms of like being beautiful music and stuff like
it's
that.
bad.
It's bad. But it has this element. I feel like with Jesonyana, it's got this element of realness
Yeah.
and like genuineness.
Strata.
You know what I mean? That like attracts people. Like it's not beautiful, but it's true and it's real. So I fuck with it and I resonate. You know what I'm saying? So V-Son is an artist. Like I don't know what could possibly, bro. I wish I could play that nigga shit right now, and I hope niggas don't say that I'm hating or whatever. But like, my nigga, it's music you can't even fathom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's wild.
And you
I
play
feel
that
that.
shit.
Yeah, yeah. So V-Son and I feel like Jesonyana fall into that specific category, right? And also with music, Ghana, there's multiple people involved in the process of a song.
Yeah.
Well, most of the time.
Yeah.
If the mix engineer is shitty, he can take a good song and make it sound not as good as it is. He can take good vocals and fuck them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it just happens. If the producer is shitty, he can make good vocals sound ass because the beat is whack. Like now the person singing or rapping is hard. You're like, yeah, this is such a hard verse, but this beat is ass. Or this, you know what I mean? This is whack.
Yeah.
1000%.
So there's also like several people involved in the process and a bunch of talent, I guess, that's required to make a dope song. But on the flip, like I've heard people say Tory Lanez isn't talented. Not even saying he's ass, but saying Tory Lanez isn't talented. Right? And look at Tory. Tory can rap. Sickly different styles. He can trap. He can go lyrical. He can be street, whatever. And then he can sing R&B, dance hall vibes. He's also had Billboard #1s. But a nigga can turn around and say, that nigga ain't talented. A nigga can hit you straight up and say, Beyonce is trash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now, because I'm an artist and I know what it takes to be able to, for example, sing like Beyonce or Tory Lanez or something like that.
I understand.
I understand, like, this man is talented.
Yeah.
For
He's
sure.
got hella talent. But a regular nigga might feel like, nah. For example, even like now with genres, right? It's hard for somebody, like if I played you a death metal track right now, how would you be able to know whether it's dope or hard? Because death metal, he's got the hard guitars, right? And the drums that are all over the place and whatever. And you can't hear the nigga. There are niggas who feel like that is the shit.
1000%.
You know what I'm saying? And like for me, I wouldn't be able to tell you
If it's good or not.
You know? I went to music school for a year. And that's what made me hear what niggas hear in that shit. Like, niggas will play me a death metal song. You know what I mean? They'll be like, you hear this, dude?
You hear this, dude?
And I'm like, yeah. But
I don't hear it.
I don't hear
I
what
feel
this
it.
guy's saying. And then the one guy was a drummer, and he's like, to be able, there's this thing, like, it's like, I don't know if it's a double pedal, but to make it, the drum go through, it's difficult, the kick drum, because when you hit it like once with your foot like that, it hits once, it's goo. And then you can go goo goo. But think about through, that sound. That's like 3 kicks hitting in like a split second.
You have to like,
so you have to
reflex type shit.
like
Calf muscles
there's a
going
technique where it makes it go grr, grr.
Yeah.
So you'll find with like a death metal song, the drum line is like
Oh my
So that's what I appreciate.
yeah. And like they're like, oh, it's so
Like,
hard
it's so
to
hard
do
because
that.
they know,
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like if you don't know that, then you won't know what's so.
what yeah.
So I guess
You know what I
also just the experience of what we deem as good quality also comes from your experience or knowledge of
on what?
it does. Because I know I sometimes you say it because we have like lights and stuff here. Like people don't even know. Probably just thought we just brought the cameras and
just
like
said
that, even just to edit it. You know, it's like they don't even understand.
Yeah.
And then someone might be like, you know, oh, this is poor quality. I remember even for one of my clients, I didn't see the comment, but someone told me that someone was like, I didn't edit the video, right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, anyone who knows editing
No,
cannot. How could you say it's not edited?
Yes.
You know?
Like the reason,
like
the fact that it's even here and you can watch it means
like-
that it's been edited, bro.
yeah, and
Unless you're watching straight up raw camera footage.
yeah, and it's like even stuff like, because I mean, I think it's even just practical. Like Bankroll wasn't mixed and mastered,
Yeah.
but it's like the average person will probably just be like, oh, that's a good song.
Yeah.
I think also like people confuse what they like with what is actually good, in
Yeah.
this sense.
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes even just anyone who's never even seen Antari's auto-tune or whatever will be like, oh, this is off key.
Yeah.
This auto-tune is off key or whatever. Or
Yeah.
they'll say the EQ
And
is
the
wild
thing
or
is,
it's just not mixed.
They
you know?
don't even know what they're talking about, bro.
Exactly.
Honestly, like even artists sometimes, you can tell. A nigga will tell you to turn up something that doesn't
Exist.
exist.
1000%.
You know what I mean? Or
Right.
turn, it's just, something
I
out
agree.
there, or like they can ask you some weird shit like it'll be a beat with the MP3, like an MP3 beat, and you'll be like, can you take that piano out?
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, I can't.
Yeah.
The beat is done.
Bruh.
It's-
Exactly.
It's like this. This is how the beat is.
Yeah.
It's an MP3. The way you brought it to me is the way the beat is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't even know what they're talking about in terms of quality. I feel like we discussed like things like, you know, lyricism and flow and stuff, and how those things have like you have personal preference when it comes to those type of things, lyricism, flow, and whatever. But as long as it's there at the grassroots level, like at a basic level, if the guy has flow, if he rhymes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you are willing to listen to what else he can do. You know what I mean?
For sure. And I think that's why like a lot of creative people support a lot of other creatives. Because as a rapper, like as rappers, we get really disappointed in guys who don't rhyme and flow
Yes.
because we know what it takes to at least
Write
do
a
the
good song.
basics. And then when they do overachieve and it's like some crazy shit, we're like, we really respect them because we know like just it's tough. Like it's not easy
Yeah.
to get to that
It's kind of
point.
like one thing about me is you hate on Madlera's, I hate on William Last rapping. Bro. It's not even a thing where I'm just trying to talk shit, but
Shout out William.
Yeah.
me as someone that used to rap, I'm like, man, this thing is so bad, bro.
Yeah.
He makes good music. He makes like, you know, the music he makes when he's like this.
Like
I don't know what
piano
to call it.
vibe.
Yeezo.
Yeah, that type of music where dance music.
Yeah,
sure.
It sounds that music sounds great. But when he gets in his rap bag, I'm like,
Yeah. And people who don't rap will just be impressed with anything.
and that glazing. That's my
for
thing.
sure.
You feel me? They're always glazing in the comments, like, oh, this song is so fun. I'm like, y'all think this rap shit is clean.
You know,
Yeah,
I got taken aback one time. I think, I don't know who was it on Buzz Top 5? There was a street interview or something. And they were like, yo, who's your favorite rapper? And like a couple people said William Last.
Crazy.
Right? And
Crazy.
it's crazy to me as well, right?
Yeah.
And like, I hope William doesn't take this as
No,
Hating.
an attack or anything or hating or whatever, right? But I assumed that people resonate with William because of the comedy and his personality, and then that the rap is like an extra thing that he does.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know, I would have never thought that someone can respect William
For
rapping. You know what I'm saying? Personally, like, I wish I could say this song or that song, but I don't know how to put this. But like, I don't know any William bars, for example. Like, I don't know any line maybe that William has said or that resonated with me. You know what I mean? So it took me aback when the lighties in that video were like, William. But then, my niggas, I don't wanna sound funny, but or like I'm judging those lighties, but those lighties look like the type of lighties to say that. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Like those lighties, and like I'm not trying to diss, but it just seemed like a lighty who doesn't know the first thing about like rap. Really, he just loves William. And he's proud that William is from Bots and he's got all these followers and stuff like. So he fucks with William. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I wouldn't, for example, trust his own opinion on which rapper I should listen to. Who you think I should check out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd never trust his opinion on that. And that's not saying anything about William per se.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, it's interesting to me when people, or that anyone can say like William is the favorite rapper, like the one that they listen to the most.
For sure. And I think I think and I think that's also to creatives that just because people, and this is also why, and we'll get to the requirements, even though we're over time, like it's an hour. But one of the reasons why I wanted it to start with impressing yourself genuinely, regardless of what anyone else feels, is because when you start recording, you never get the opportunity to impress yourself, because once you release, people are glazing you. You know, people are gonna be like, wow, I like this thing, but just like we're saying, they don't even understand the quality that goes into it. I mean, like we were talking about it when we were talking about this episode before we recorded, like we color grading because we've done videos. Like someone will come to me with like a terrible video, like it's just bad. You know, it's dark. You just can't see. It's probably out of focus, overexposed. Like, and they'll be like, "Can you please color grade this?" Because in their head they think that color grading is like the upper echelon of things when it actually is the thing that comes at the end.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just the color science. But because a lot of people are not creatives and they have a disadvantage of not knowing these things and what goes into it, you can't also base your own quality on other people's opinions.
And people ask the wrong people for like advice and opinions. Like somebody will shoot, let's say it's a good video, an ad or something, and show it to a random person, and that person is like,
Bruh.
you know what I'm saying? And then in the client's mind, they're like, my video isn't graded.
Yeah.
They don't even know what the fuck that means. Even the person who said I grade you doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about completely. They don't know what a color grade is. And I was saying, I don't know if I said it in the group or said it to Tabs, but like, bro, people think color grading is getting your color graded on your video. But like, this is a good grade of color. A plus. That's the grade of this color. It's A. Sure. You know, this color grade is a B. It's a B minus.
Yeah.
Like, that's what
I know.
It's a B. Grade. I'm just kidding.
and I like no rules. I'll even take it a bit further because it's like, I'll just admit, right? Yeah. And technically, it's not necessarily accurate, but I'll just say none of the stuff I've ever shot with good vision is graded, at least to that extent. Of course, there's a bit of color correction or whatever, but like there are levels to it. You know, even what I'm doing could be considered a grade, right? But like, I'll like literally people come to me like, wow, the grading is so perfect. Like, oh my God. And I'm like, dog, you're watching in camera footage.
You're watching it straight out the camera.
Like, you're watching it out the camera.
How about that?
And you're telling me that it seems like I did something, but I haven't even started. That goes to show that, like, similar to the bankroll thing, wasn't mixed and mastered. But if niggas didn't know, they'll probably be like, wow, the mix is incredible. Oh my goodness.
Here's the thing with quality though, bro. It's the quality of the talent, bro. The reason, for example, niggas can't hear bankroll isn't mixed and mastered is because it's a sick track.
Yeah.
When you recorded that shit, the words that came out, it started with you, my nigga. If you didn't record it, like if you didn't spit it sickly, it's all fucked.
They're probably going to be able to tell that this shit is not mixed well.
If you spat some bullshit or like you didn't kick it right or whatever, they were gonna be like,
this trash is not mixed well.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's super disheartening for creators because, like you're saying, like you might put your all into something, you know it's proper, then one person who doesn't know fairly because they've never experienced it or been educated will be like, oh, this grade isn't grade. This wasn't mixed and mastered. Now, because naturally creatives are self-conscious about their own work, now they're starting to think and obsess over like, oh my gosh, I need to get this mic, I need to get this plugin and all these things.
Or I need to get like this grade, like the color in my video needs to be like.
And then it's like once I get Antares instead of Waves auto-tune, then I'll be on point. Or I get a Melodyne instead of Waves, then I'll be on this point.
That time I'm using Spot On. It's a free auto-tune and I love it.
And Russ, Russ, like Russ will be talking about how some of his like platinum hits were recorded literally with him holding a mic and him holding the pop filter.
Man, Bands That Make a Dance was recorded like that too. Juicy J.
Yeah.
He recorded that in his living room. Holding a mic with the sock on top of it. That's where I learned how like the sock thing. That's what I even used to use as a pop filter.
But I think Travis did the same thing. Was a stargazing where he had the blanket over.
Niggas do that, bro.
Yeah,
you know. But also, like, that's also knowing, like, your recording or sound engineer telling you, hey, this room has a lot of reverb. Let's just use this corner and put a blanket like this so that we don't capture the rest of the sound in the room. You know what I mean? But I think the thing about this conversation is, my nigga, a lot of people have no clue what good quality is. No clue.
Crazy.
They don't understand what the good quality, what the
why.
Yeah, no.
If something is hot, they're gonna like it. If it's trash,
Yes.
then they
the quality. Exactly.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
They'll say it's bad quality. You know, because they also don't know how to describe what's wrong with it.
Yeah. That's facts.
Yeah. But if it's well, like short and there's nothing distracting them from listening, that's maybe when they can.
They're like, it's cool.
It's cool.
It's
you
cool.
know what I mean. Yeah. But I think that's our main problem is people don't know what they're talking about when they say quality. Even there's a guy that I went back and forth with online, and he's saying like Bots music is bad quality. And then I asked like, what do you mean, you know, like quality? He's like, I'm not saying it's like they're using bad equipment or mixing and mastering. And then he even acknowledged like it sounds like the same music from both SA and the States and Europe and whatever in terms of quality. But he's like, the song itself, like the quality is low. That's what he's saying. Like the quality of the music from a sonic standpoint, and not to do with mixing and mastering, but you know, how the song sounds is low quality. And then also that made me see like, okay, bro doesn't know necessarily quality, but also he's getting at what he's saying, or what it sounds like he's saying to me is the artist isn't good. When he listens to
basically that's what
somebody else singing, let's say, I don't know, a SA person who's a big singer, I don't know, bruh. And then they listen to a bot singer, they feel as if the music that the bots person is making isn't as nice as the SA person's music. And that could also be due to a lot of different things. Like, it's like how, for example, niggas and bots will do piano, right? And there's so many different types of piano, and there's so much you can do. You can do anything, right? But niggas will want to then rap in Zulu or sing in Zulu, and niggas aren't Zulu. So they forget that niggas who are Zulu can hear that you are not Zulu. And it's funny. Look, let's not make it like tribal or anything, but if a Zim nigga is rapping in Setswana, I can hear he's a Zim nigga. You know what I'm saying? Just like if a Motswana is singing in Zulu, a Zulu nigga can hear this guy is not Zulu, or he doesn't know how to speak the language. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, there's multiple factors at play, but at the end of the day, I think when people say bots music is bad quality, they're not even necessarily referring to the mixing and mastering as such. You know what I mean? Fuego doesn't have the best mixing and mastering. But he's got more listeners than everyone.
Hard.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Fuego.
So there's niggas who have good studios and everything and all that, and they have the best mics, but they don't have 100 monthly listeners. Fuego got 1,100. Fuego. You know what I'm saying? If you think about that, that's hectic, my nigga. Not Vizo, not me, not I don't know, maybe Baxon or somebody has more, but you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Fuego with the not so great mixing and mastering got more listeners than everyone.
1,000%. A bit over time. More than a bit. So I'll get into the requirements, but we need to close it off. So, okay, if you are watching this so far, please let us know what you also think leads to something being good or bad quality. Remember, we are reading every comment, so feel free. If you liked this, please like it and also share it with someone, because if you like it, you probably think that it's valuable. So don't be stingy with the value. It also helps us and spreads the message that we're trying to give out to the people. So with that said, this was Energy, and thank you. We'll see you on the next episode.